Looking at my situation and seeing that there was no one who was willing to assist me or to assist my mother, because that traditional healer, that one that we had once visited as a family, he had told my mother and my relatives that for him, in order to perform this ritual, is to cast away that evil spell that kept on eating the baby that I was carrying in my womb. He wanted 5 cattle so that he can assist me, my brother. There was no way my mother was able to get those 5 cattle, and none of my relatives was willing to assist me. Looking at that situation, I then decided to go around. Even sometimes I would go around without the knowledge of my mother, because all that I wanted was to assist myself and to save that baby that I was carrying in my womb, because it was quite a painful and a very terrifying thing to hear a sound of something chewing whatever that I was carrying in my womb. That was when I met with this other woman. She was quite an older lady that I met. Then that lady started to assist me. But this lady, she was a traditional healer. When I arrived at her homestead, she then told me that for her, in order to assist me, what she wanted me to do was that, and the condition was that I had to breastfeed from her breast. My brother, when I looked at her, that was when I saw that the older lady, who was a traditional healer, she only had one breast. This breast, my brother, it was almost in the middle of her chest. So this was quite strange to me. And by the time that I wanted to suckle from her breast, my brother, the smell that was coming out of that older lady who was a traditional healer, what I can compare it to is if you have a newborn baby, then if that newborn baby does some poo-poo, then you leave that newborn baby. Then you do not change that newborn baby's diapers, and you just leave him like that without bathing him or doing anything for several days. The smell that will be coming out, that was the smell that was coming off from that traditional healer's breast. From the first time that I tried suckling from her breast, even though I was desperate, I wanted to vomit. Then she chased me out of her consultation room, and she told me that I was supposed to get out of her consultation room so that I can vomit outside. Even though that traditional healer's breast was really smelly, but I forced myself so as to suckle from her breast so that she can assist me. After I had suckled from her breast, that was when she told me that now she was ready to assist me. So what she did is that she said that she wanted to look at my life, and everything that was going wrong in my life will be shown to her in a vision. When she looked at me, she then told me that in my blood there was an evil spirit, and this evil spirit, it was placed in my blood so as to stop the spirit of that ancestor that wanted to be in full possession of my body, because this evil spirit that had been sent by one of my relatives knew that once that spirit of the ancestor that had chosen to be in full possession of my body, if that had happened, then my life was going to be perfect. So they wanted me to suffer for the rest of my days here on earth. Then when that traditional healer was busy assisting me, and as for me, I was someone who was not used to be around traditional healers. So the way that they speak with you, some of the things that they ask you in riddles. It was after I had agreed to everything that she had asked from me, that was when I realized that this thing that I had agreed to, it was part of blood-making rituals. So what she said to me at that time, she said, "Do you want me to give you a gift?" And I said, "Yes, please, can you give me a gift?" When I had agreed, that was when she said to me, "I have looked at that baby that you are carrying in your womb, and I have seen that baby's future. Are you sure that you want to continue with this pregnancy? Are you sure that you want even to give birth to that thing that you are carrying in your womb?" And at that time, I didn't even understand when she said that if you want, I can assist you and we can have an abortion right here I can assist you to do an abortion in this consulting room. And I said, what do you mean when you say that you want to assist me so as to have an abortion right here, right now? Then that was when she looked at me. Then she said that, don't you know that the evil spirit that was placed in your blood, what this evil spirit is doing to your baby right now is that the evil spirit, whenever it gets the opportunity, it always sucks blood from that unborn child that you are carrying in your womb. So if you continue with this pregnancy against my advice, then you are going to give birth to a crippled baby, a baby that will never be able to walk because of the things that are happening in your womb. Evil things are happening. So let me assist you to have an abortion. But I refused. But my brother, that was what happened, because that baby of mine, after I had given birth, then my child struggled with walking. So whilst I was in that consultation room, what happened was that traditional healer then gave me this other beads. It is an African bead that a lot of ladies, they wear that bead around their waist. This bead, in most cultures, it is used so as to satisfy men when they are having sexual intercourse. That is the kind of a bead that was given to me. After she had given that bead to me, she told me that I was supposed to tie it around my waist. She then gave me 3 small sticks. She then told me that these 3 small sticks that she had given me, when I had gone back to visit my husband in the city, I was supposed to throw those 3 sticks in an area where the river was always flowing. And after I had tied that waist chain that was full of beads around my waist, that was when I walked out of that older ladies consulting room. And at that time, my brother, that older lady gave me some charms. She told me and she said that the way that your husband doesn't love you anymore, I want to sort it out. So she then gave me some herbs. And she said, from this moment, I want your husband to start thinking about you. And that is exactly what happened, because after I had walked out of the consulting room, when I took out my phone, I then saw that my husband had been looking for me like crazy. In those days, there was no social media, so we used to communicate via SMSs. I then found an SMS on my phone. It was from my husband. He was telling me that he wanted me to return to the city, and he advised me from ever going first and visit his mother, because he said that when he sat down as he was thinking about our relationship, he had seen that his mother was the one who had been causing a lot of problems in our relationship. And as a man who had a wife and kids, he wanted to make sure that he was going to sort out everything. So he wanted me to come back to the city as soon as possible. That